This is Los Sitios, a very depressed zone of Havana. The social cultural community project Quisicuaba is a project that invades this part of the city in defense of the identity, history and culture of the municipality of Central Havana. The project strengthens the responsible participation of the community in the aspect related to health, education, self-responsibility, values and identity, and support a sustainable local development. Behind all this project is Enrique Alemán, a doctor, spiritist, and a religious man. He is well known in this area as he was born here. He knows his neighborhood as the palm of his hand. Alemán promotes the cultural heritage of the community of Los Sitios, spread the history of the municipality, optimize the management of human potential according to its recruitment, selection, training, and evaluation. From the beginning, this project was addressed to social groups that needed to be reinserted into social life. We're talking about ex-convicts and their families, children and adolescents prone to delinquency and high-risk diseases, drug addicts, alcoholics, and single mothers. Alemán is also president of the Platform for Interreligious Dialogue in Cuba, and he was elected as a deputy to the parliament. He fulfilled international missions in Venezuela in the health sector, and now he is a member of the advisory board of the Africa House Museum and the National Council of Cultural Houses. Also, he is a chairman of the Spiritualist Federation of Havana. With the Dr. Enrique Alemán, we have the pleasure to talk today and from Havana. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Alemán, to do this interview with us from Havana. It's really enlightenment, this interview. Thank you so much. Tell me, what is Quisicuaba?
Okay, Quisicuaba is so much, too much. Quisicuaba, in first time, is a social community program. We work with the many delicious key populations. For example, with the senior citizen persons. We work also with the patient with HIV, topics about color of skin discrimination, bullying, domestic violence, single mothers, and HIV patient and his families, LGBTHI community and his parents, and gender and transgender people. Is a very encompassing social community work.
I understand that this neighborhood was totally different of what it is now before the project.
Okay, Los Sitios is an interesting town. Okay, interesting with a strong history.
It's a famous one, yeah.
Yes, it's a very, very famous in our culture, in our histories, in our traditions, with many diverse culture. The Los Sitios is a very important community peoples, and in different ethnies. We have interesting dialogue, cultural dialogue with his tradition, his religions, the Los Sitios. Sometimes I say that the Los Sitios have different cosmovision about the world.
You've been always living here in the
yes.
You was born and raised
yes.
in here. Tell me, it is hard to establish a project like this in a place that like Los Sitios in that moment.
Well, excuse me, the Quisicuaba, like a social community program, like a social community schedule, have a history. We established this program for many, many years old. It's a family, from the family traditions, okay? And we work step by step, okay? We include one programs, after that we include other programs, and after that we include other programs. We have today the team, we have an interesting intellectual team with interesting knowledge about reinsert people, but all was step by step. But it's hard when we're speaking about the experience, because we need different instruments, social community instrument. We need some preparation to work, to make effective the health for the people.
Is religion like a a path to follow in order to change a community, to help a community?
This is a very important question. Our program is not religious program. We don't make proselyte. Our social community program is non-profitable, and we don't make proselytes. It's only for all, only for love. Okay? The religious sometimes help, sure. When we have a fee, when we have many idea about the human aptitudes in the religion wave, it's possible to help more people. But this is individual experience. It's not for a group. When we make programs, schedules, and workshops with many persons, we offer his hairs. But we have in front different people with different relations, believe it or not. Okay, this is a very important. Quisicuaba is a non-religious program. It is a social community program for reinsert people in the savage society in Cuba today.
Before going further,
Okay.
why Quisicuaba? The name, where it comes from?
Okay. The name Quisicuaba is the origin of the name is in this area in the 18th century. We have a big forest with the many Today, do you know Los Sitios?
Yeah, but before.
But many years. Yes. Before, in the 18th century, we have a big forest with the many interesting tree. The name was a Cuava tree. It's a big tree. With this would have interesting characteristics as are intimacy, inifus. We take a fire but not consume.
That's really important.
Very interesting. And the kisses is the etnia, usually from the sub-Saharan Africa, or from Angola, for example. And they obtain the freedom letters. And in this moment, they start a new level, is the negros jorros. Okay, they live in this area, and we mix the term Kisi and Cuava and reborn a new term, Kisi Cuava.
It's interesting, yes.
It's very interesting. It's our history. It's our history in Central Havana history.
Now, you said before that you're not a proselyte, you're not reaching for proselytism here.
Yes.
But that's something.
The team don't make proselyte here.
That's important, but
because, excuse me, the social community program is a teamwork. It's not my work. It's a very hard teamwork, and we have 74 volunteers too.
it's a lot of volunteers. Well, it's a big neighborhood too.
Yes, and we pay a check at other person, but essentially we have 74 volunteers.
But you've had a big impact in the area. Now, you don't have you don't proselyte
Yes,
here, but how is the government involved? Is the government involved in your project? How is the relationship between, let's say, the project and the government?
Okay, this is a social community program. It's from one interesting religious institution. Was founded in 1939 by my grandmother. We have everything interesting relation with the government, with the recognition, about recognition. We make many programs with the different ministers like culture, health, and other ministers. We are the partners in many health programs. We have a mutual support, but this program with the government is the social community program. Essentially, is supported. The financial supporter is from our religious institutions.
And what about the relationship between government and religion in general? How do you perceive that?
Today is the religious, the relations about religion and government is excellent. Today is in good level with the interesting exchange, respect and recognitions about the many religious denominations. Remember that the Cuba have many ethnic components. Okay, for this reason we have a very real religious crystal. Okay, different religious denominations in different ethnos, in different manifestations, with church, with temples, with different hub for priests, and it's a very, very, very interesting religious panorama in Cuba. Today the state is laic, okay, and this is a strong value for all religious denominations, okay. The essential relation between state and religious denomination today is respect. Is respect.
It's important in all levels of.
Okay, it's real.
You are the coordinator of the platform for interreligious dialogue. What is that platform? What's his being importance? What is the
interface platform in Cuba is the real expression that the all religious denomination in Cuba live in peace. Is a very important term. With the religious interface platform are integrated by different religious denominations in Cuba, sometimes all, and people with good heart, okay, all. And sometimes is the priest, sometimes is the guild members, sometimes is the predicators, depend. Pay all the persons, the one kind form or other kind form are integrated in the religious interface.
Is that a unique thing from of Cuba, or there is other platforms all over the world
This is a unique example in Cuba.
I know, it's the only one here.
The other one, and in the world too. In other part of the world exist different centers, different houses, different groups, but that example that include all the religious denominations is only in Cuba.
There is religious culture in Cuba, in our country.
Well, I think that the Cuban people have interesting cultural religious attitude, because remember our ethnic component, remember our history. All the person believe in anything. Sometimes we believe in one expression, sometimes other person believe in another expression, and the principal characteristic of this exchange, the people is really the religions in Cuba is the people exchange. Every day, every morning, every afternoon, every night, in all the Cuban places, and we have interesting characteristics in the world. The religious denomination in Cuba live in peace, because their religiosity is strong presence inside the Cuban community, inside the Cuban people, is a strong characteristic, is a strong base. Cuba is a people of the faith. Okay? It's a faith people.
Now, you are a member of the parliament. From your position, what do you think that religion can bring to the development of a society?
Yes, of course, all the religious person, all the religious denominations is to offer interesting items for the development in the world, for the development in any country. The principle is we offer the peace, we offer the love, we offer the comprehension for our leaders, and we need to support many social activities. We need to support many community programs and many minister programs. We need to help. We are the religious people is an interesting part of the civil society in the world and in Cuba today. You can see many travels about the many key populations in Cuba today. The religious institutions in Cuba have many programs, different religious, Catholic Church, baptism, Christianity denomination, have a many social community program for community welfare. For community welfare, and this is we need to add together to the government. We need in Cuba and in any country.
You are the president of the Spiritism Federation of Cuba, so you're a medium.
Spiritism Federation in Havana.
Oh, in Havana, yeah. Sorry. You are a medium, so
yes.
I know that's a whole new topic to talk about. We could be days speaking about that, but what's your job as a president of federation?
Oh, my role in this federation, in first time, is to make a union together every day and every month inside the all spiritism person in Havana and coordinator of other religions and denominations in the other province and in other parts of the world. Is the interest in, I am a medium too, like spiritism, I am a medium. It's an interest in practicing only for love. When we take a contact with other spirits, and it's a very interesting. But do you know we have many kind of capacity, mediunity capacities. It's a different it, but this is other questions. Okay, but yes, in other program.
No, but we can. You can elaborate on that. It's really interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. Is a work only for love, only for love. If you don't have love in the heart, it's impossible to practice spiritism and other religious denomination. Okay, is a common denominators. The Havana Spiritism Federation is a very interesting place. It's a for mutual exchange for many persons. We have a strong religious guild with interesting and very values and courageous spiritism persons.
I know your son.
Yes.
He followed the path of religion too, but it's a little bit different than what you profess somehow. What can you tell me about your son?
My son is a spiritism too, but he is not medium. Okay, he's a take other level in the Cuban religions of African roots. For example, he is a babalao. He's an interesting young person. He's an interesting babalao. He's a very intelligent person. She has two careers. He study every day and to maintain this patrimony, this heritage in the Quisicuaba Museum every day for the old peoples.
And now, these heritage you were talking about, I've seen things here from the Middle East, from Egypt. How did you gather all this patrimony in the
This
museum?
is essentially a heritage. It's a family heritage.
From your family.
Family heritage. We have today other pieces, very values, in the Orthodox party, for example.
Yeah, I know your family was part of the
Yes,
Orthodox.
of course. And other antique collections about our culture, our political events in Cuba, in different items, in different moments. This is the Quisicuaba Museum. It's a big, typical colonial house, very interesting. This is Cuba, very eclectic, very mixed. We believe, remember that the Cuban people have interesting as a big cosmovision about the world. And this includes clothes, food, decorative art, and other art manifestation. This is Cuba, very eclectic, very mixed. If not Cuba.
Now, the project, going back to the project, I think the project is the essence of your life right now, because religion is to help to other people. It only happens, that help only happens here in the headquarters of the project, sort of speaking, or it goes out to the streets and to the...
Okay, the project rescue, essentially our project rescue all our history. This is the history value. We have in many places. This is the original headquarters, but we have in many places in Havana City and in 30 in Cuba, in 30 provinces. Okay, and we have 15 affiliates, religious affiliates in other parts of the world.
That's important. In that matter, how could you say is the health of religion in Cuba right now?
Okay, we need to help with comprehensions, offer our hand, and offer the love with heart. Is the principal effort in this moment in Cuba. We need to be together for our homeland. We need to be together in every moment, in every items, every day. This is the first item that it's possible that we offer for our homeland today.
It's really important.
Very important.
Thank you so much. It was
Thank you so
really
much for your
enlightening
meeting,
to
for
talk to
your
you.
interview. Thank you so much for all.